I'm gonna use all the new stuff I got from the Sephora sale while I get ready today. The only things that I didn't get were foundation and eyeliner, but I feel like I got everything else new or like a refill of stuff I already like. So why are we waiting any longer? Let's just do it. So first things first, I got this Oribe Royal Blowout Heat Styling Spray. I love the way Oribe products smell. So I wanted to try this heat protectant because I'm gonna try using my Dyson more often. But of course I'm not gonna use my Dyson today, but I'm still gonna try it out. I'm just gonna spritz this on the ends. And I don't wanna use too much because I'm scared it's gonna weigh down my hair. It did make it look kind of greasy. I might regret this. I didn't read the instructions, so I don't know if you're supposed to just use this wet. I'm just gonna brush it through my hair and hope for the best. Well, let's get to curling. The curling iron I use is the T3 interchangeable wand, and I'm pretty sure this barrel is 1.5 inches. It might be 1.25 inches. I don't remember. I don't know, I've just been really liking curling my hair as opposed to like blowing it out with the Dyson. I'm gonna just do my usual loose waves. I've made a TikTok on how I curl my hair, but I mean, it's nothing you probably haven't seen, but I kind of just start in the middle of the hair, curl it and wrap it up, and then unwind it on my way down. The spray did make my hair look greasy at first, but I think it may have like either dried off or just, I don't know, burnt off from curling it. It does say to spray on damp hair, so maybe I should just use this for blow drying. I mean, it didn't seem to do that much harm putting it on dry hair and styling it. So maybe it's not the end of the world. Okay, that's it for the hair. I'm just gonna let it cool off completely, and we're gonna get started on the makeup. So this is the state of my skin. Not too bad. Just one little guy who's healing, some dark marks from my cystic acne. No real active breakouts, but there's this guy right here that's gonna emerge eventually, but we're not gonna think about that right now. I love the Hollywood Flawless filter, and I bought it in a 4.5 medium, but I also wanted to try this Saie Dewy Gel. What is it called? Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. So I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've used this one before, so let's do this one. Let's put it on. This seems very thin, so I could probably just rub it in with my hands. It is making me glowy, so that's a good thing. It's definitely more subtle than the Flawless filter, but still very nice. Still very nice. I think I got a little too ahead of myself because I should probably do my eyes first. This is what I have for eyes. I have 2 eyeshadow sticks from Mercier, and then I also bought the Moondust from Urban Decay in Space Cowboy. The colors in the eyeshadow sticks are Intense Moonlight and Cocoa. I feel that the Intense Moonlight and Space Cowboy are pretty similar. Well, they're both just kind of glittery, really. Space Cowboy is in between them. I think I'm gonna use the Cocoa really close to my eyelashes, and then I'll probably dust some Space Cowboy on there. I'm keeping this super close to my lashes, just because I want a tiny bit of color here, and then the rest of it is just gonna be the sparkly Space Cowboy shadow, which I don't really know how I'm gonna apply because I've never used such a glittery eyeshadow before. I'm just gonna use this brush from Bare Minerals. I don't know the name of it, but it's kind of just like flat and a little more dense. So it can help me keep it around my lashes. I really like how that looks. Okay, moving on to the Space Cowboy Moondust. Is this meant to be like applied wet or dry? You know, it doesn't say, but I don't think it matters that much. So I'm just gonna use the same brush I was using. Should I wet it? Maybe I'll wet it a little bit. So I also repurchased the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray because it's just really good. It's all that. Highly recommend it. I'm just gonna spray the brush with the product already on there, just a little bit, because I kind of want it to be higher impact. We'll see if it does that. I kind of like it. It might be getting a little muddy from the dark brown I put on the bottom, but I'm not upset. Okay, I'm gonna try it dry on this side. And I'm pressing it on, pressing it on. It's pretty similar. It's just really glittery, and it doesn't really look like that when you see it online, but it's glittery. Does it give that wet eyelid effect? I don't know. Maybe just alone it does, but at this point in time, I'm gonna say no. It is really sparkly though, and I kind of like it. Let me just put this in my corners. That was bright. Okay, let's do the other one. Bright. I like it. This would probably look really good alone. What's next? What's next? Let's do a little bit of eyeliner and then move on. This is what I use for eyeliner. It's the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in black pink. Why did I say black pink? It's black ink. Whoa. Anywho, I just dipped my angle brush right in here. I did leave this open overnight one time, so the gel hasn't really been the same, but that's okay. I can still get it to work. So, I mean, if you have any eyeliner recommendations that's easy to manipulate, because I'm not good with pen eyeliners. But we're practicing. Let's just do it. Hopefully I can do a good job and not choke on camera. But let me try and impress you guys with my eyeliner skills. That's actually not half bad. I am just gonna take an old beauty blender and clean it up just a little bit. Let's do the other eye. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. So let's move on to brows. I bought the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I used to use the Anastasia Brow Freeze in the little pot, but this is what it turned into. So I'm not gonna use that anymore. I have also used their clear brow gel in the past, and it's pretty decent, but I wasn't in love with it, so I'm giving something new a try. Anyhow, let's do some brows. The wand is kind of flat, but I mean, they know what they're doing. I'm not gonna question it. I'm coating it liberally because my brows don't really stay in place that well, so I gotta really saturate these babies. I guess the flat part is kind of nice because then you can do like the laminating effect, which I'm scared to do in real life because those suckers are up and that's just not for me. Hopefully they don't get itchy on me because sometimes brow gels get itchy. I think they get itchy because it stops holding, so my hairs start lifting and I can just feel it, and it just makes me want to scratch them off my head. So that's what that looks like. The foundation I like to use is the one from Rare Beauty, but what I've actually been using way more is the Rare Beauty sunscreen. I bought this one in 24N and look at the difference. They're both neutral. This one just seems more olive. This one seems maybe more peach. So what am I? Anyhow, I'm gonna use this. I really like this tinted moisturizer, but I thought I was breaking me out for a while, but I think I was just breaking out. So I'm sorry I abandoned you, but I'm back. So I usually use the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, but I got this Milk Hydro Grip spray because I really wanted to try it. So I might try it. Duh. I'm gonna spray it onto the tinted sunscreen and kind of around my eyes so it stays. I like using this when I blend out my tinted moisturizer just because it makes it kind of glowy and wet looking and it makes it stay. So hopefully this will do the same thing. I will say the spray on this one, way better. Best I've ever used. The only problem is that it smells like pool supplies, which I kind of enjoy because it reminds me of summertime in Southern California. I barely put stuff on my forehead because I have bangs and I don't want them to get too greasy from the makeup that's laying on there. That blended out pretty nicely. I am happy with it. And I always love to use beauty blenders over brushes because it just looks more natural, and I can never get brushes to blend out my foundation all that well. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, but you're sitting here and watching me, so that's your own fault. That color might be a little too light for me, but we're just gonna ignore it and move on because there's nothing a little bronzer can't fix. Next thing I'm gonna use is this contour stick from Milk Makeup. Yes, it is small. Yes, it was $24, and this is the full size. This is in the color Stoked, and it's the Sculpt Stick. So I think this is meant for more contouring. Can this be pushed up? And it can be pushed up. We're gonna go in confidently. Put a little on the nose. It did something, but I don't know if it really did something. So I liked it, but I don't know if I loved it. Also, I forgot to try out the concealer. I want to cover that up, so let's see if it'll cover up. I'm gonna put it on my hand first, and then dab it in with my finger. And this might be too light. Let's try these little spots here. So I've never really been one for concealer. The only concealer that I've ever kind of used was this one from NARS, and I can't get them to look nice on me. They always just look patchy and cakey, and I just don't like them. I don't know, this might need to go back or given to somebody else, or maybe I just don't know how to use it, but I think I need a little bit more oomph around my face, so I'm gonna use my Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. This is in light medium, and I like it. I'm just gonna go kind of over where everything else was. And I'm gonna blend it also with the Beauty Blender. Okay, that looks better. That warmed me up. I didn't buy any new blushes because I already found the two blushes of my life. The first one is Saie Beauty Dew Blush in Spicy, and the other is the Merit Beauty Terracotta Flesh Balm Cheek Color. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. I really like this blush. We're almost done, just a few more steps. I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter because I can't be glowy enough. I'm gonna use this one from Merit, and I have it in the color Citrine. I used to use the Glossier Halo Stick in Quartz and the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in Font, but this just isn't as powerful, and this just dries too fast for me and looks a little too chalky. Lashes, let's do lashes. So I had bought the Shiseido eyelash curler, but I returned it because it just didn't fit my eye shape. It was a little too flat and I needed it more curved to hug my eyes. So I'm just gonna stick with my Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler. Just gonna curl them before I set the setting spray, because if I set the setting spray, then I'm gonna have to wait for my eyelashes to dry before I can curl them, because if I do that, they're not gonna stay curled because they're wet. So I'm gonna do this first. This is another repurchase. It is the Tower 28 mascara in Jet. I don't know if they have other colors, but it's in Jet. I like the formula to this one because it's not too wet. And like I said, if my eyelashes get wet or feel too heavy, they're not gonna stay curled. Even with waterproof mascara, I have found that the curl just doesn't last. But my other favorite mascara is the Sky High Lash Sensational Maybelline New York one. And this one stays put and it makes the curl stay put. So I really, really like it. This one, I also really like. So those are probably my two favorite of all time. My runner up is this MAC 3D Lash Mascara. But the only problem with this one is that it smudges. 2 more steps, lips, and then setting spray. Final setting spray. I got the Too Faced Lip Injection, Maximum Plump. This just makes them look a little extra nice. I'm gonna add a little extra color on top. This is the Merit Lip Oil in Au Natural, or Au Natural. I just need a little more color actually. Much better, much better. My skin definitely looks a little more uniform. This, I might just have to learn to live with, but everything else looks glowy, it looks smooth, it looks like real skin. So I'm very happy with it. Last round of setting spray. Woo-wee! Let me fix my hair. So that's it. Thanks for watching.